Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another thrilling episode where today we unveil a truly mysterious and often overlooked treasure, the 1980 Australian 2-cent coin with no mint mark. You may think this tiny copper piece is just a forgotten relic of loose change, but let me assure you, it's so much more than that. What we're about to reveal will make you rush to your coin jars and examine every coin with new eyes. The 1982 cent coin might look ordinary, but beneath its brown copper surface lies a story of national heritage, rare production, and hidden fortune. Made from bronze and featuring Australia's iconic frill-necked lizard on one side and Queen Elizabeth II on the other, this coin is far more than a symbol of small value. It's a piece of history. What makes the 1980 version so fascinating is the absence of any mint mark. Usually, coins minted in different locations bear tiny marks to indicate their origin, like S for Sydney or M for Melbourne. But this one? It's blank. And that's where the magic lies. No mint mark means a smaller batch, a more limited run, and a higher rarity in today's collector market. The no mint mark variation is believed to have been produced under unique conditions, possibly due to minting experiments or trial runs that never reached full-scale circulation. This means only a limited number of these coins may have escaped into public hands, and that makes them incredibly special. Why would anyone care about a tiny 2-cent coin from over 40 years ago? Because collectors around the world are searching for precisely these kinds of anomalies. And when demand meets rarity, value skyrockets. That's the golden formula that turns a simple coin into a powerful investment. Some believe that only a few thousand of these coins were ever circulated. That puts this coin into the elite class of rare Australian decimals. Each one found in top condition is treated like a prized gem by numismatists, coin experts who understand how rare treasures like these grow in value over time. In recent years, we've seen examples of rare Australian coins fetch extraordinary prices. And while every 1982 cent no mint mark coin doesn't sell for millions, a flawless, uncirculated or proof quality version could bring in hundreds, even thousands of dollars. On the rarest occasions, private collectors may pay up to $5,000 if the coin is in perfect condition and backed with solid provenance. The coin itself is made from 97% copper, giving it a distinct reddish-brown hue that deepens with age. The design by Stuart Devlin, especially the frill-neck lizard, is iconic and represents a snapshot of Australian wildlife during the coin's era. This makes the piece not only a collector's asset, but a work of art. But the real question is, why was it made in the first place? The 1982 cent coin came at a time when Australia's economy was transitioning, and decimal coinage was becoming standard. Minting runs were adjusted year by year based on public demand and production schedules, so when certain batches like these slipped through without mint marks, they became silent markers of historic moments. To own one is to own a piece of Australia's numismatic evolution. It's more than copper. It's legacy, rarity, and potential profit all wrapped into a small disc. And unlike modern coins that are mass-produced by the billions, this one has an aura of mystery. Collectors say that the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. But once you find that 1982 cent coin without a mint mark, the game changes. You're no longer just a hobbyist. You're the owner of a coin that many have searched for and few have found. So what's the takeaway? That small change you've ignored for years might just be your lottery ticket. The key is in the details, the condition, the lack of mint mark, and the year 1980. If all of these align, you might be holding a pocket-sized fortune. There are online marketplaces, coin shows, and auction houses where rare Australian coins are in hot demand. If you possess this coin in excellent condition, especially if it's never been circulated or professionally graded, you could be sitting on an opportunity to make thousands. People around the world are becoming more interested in tangible assets. And rare coins like this one are not only collectible, but also appreciating in value with time. That's why now, more than ever, is the time to act. Search your drawers, piggy banks, and old boxes. You never know where these coins may be hiding. Even if you find one that's a little worn, don't worry. A rare coin, even in lower grades, can still bring in more than its face value. Every detail matters. Every blemish tells a story. And sometimes, that story is worth gold. The 1982 cent coin with no mint mark is one of those hidden legends of Australia's coinage history. Quiet, rare, and slowly becoming a collector's dream. It's not just a coin. It's a window into the past and possibly a gateway to your future wealth. So next time someone hands you an old coin, don't dismiss it. Look closely. And if you spot that beautiful lizard without any mint mark, remember, you may have discovered a true numismatic treasure. Next up, the 1976 Australian 2-cent coin without a mint mark. This might look like just another old coin, but its story and potential worth could absolutely blow your mind. Now, imagine holding a piece of history, a coin that was created nearly half a century ago, during a time when Australia was undergoing major changes in its currency system and national identity. The 2-cent coin, though small in value back then, was a part of daily life for millions of Australians. Introduced in 1966 alongside the switch to decimal currency, this humble coin became an everyday companion in pockets, purses, and tills across the country. But in 1976, something quite special happened. The Royal Australian Mint, which had already been producing these copper coins for a decade, issued the 2-cent coin without any mint mark, a feature that now adds a level of mystery and desirability for collectors. While the absence of a mint mark might seem trivial to the average person, in the numismatic world, it's often the tiniest details that make the biggest difference. The design of the 2-cent coin is nothing short of iconic. On the obverse side, we see the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and on the reverse, a frill-necked lizard, brilliantly capturing Australia's unique wildlife. This design by Stuart Devlin was not just artistic. It symbolized the nation's character, wild, strong, and proud. Now let's talk value. You might be wondering, can a 2-cent coin from 1976 really be worth anything? And let me tell you right now, yes, it can. In fact, collectors around the world are always on the hunt for coins like these. Rare specimens of the 1976 2-cent coin without a mint mark, especially those in pristine uncirculated or proof condition, have fetched hundreds of dollars. In exceptional cases, when the coin is in near-perfect condition or has a known error, the value can reach up to 7,000 Australian dollars, or more depending on buyer demand. That's right, what was once worth only 2 cents could now buy you a new smartphone, a luxury dinner, or even help pay part of your rent. The catch is, most people don't even know they might have one of these coins lying around at home, in old drawers or forgotten piggy banks. Why is it so valuable, you ask? The answer lies in rarity and demand. While the 2-cent coin was mass-produced in general, finding a 1976 version with no mint mark, in uncirculated condition, and with no signs of damage or corrosion is getting harder and harder each year. As the years go by, coins like these become scarcer, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices to complete their sets. Another reason for the rise in value is the sentimental and historical attachment. Many Australians who grew up in the 1970s remember using these coins in their daily lives, to buy lollies, pay for school lunches, or ride public transport. For them, owning a flawless piece from 1976 is like holding a tangible memory. But that's not all. The coin market is booming right now. With more people taking up coin collecting as a hobby and investment, demand for rare and error coins has skyrocketed. This means that coins once considered common are now being re-evaluated, reappraised, and sold for surprising amounts. And let's not forget about error coins. Some 1976 2-cent pieces have been found with misstrikes, off-center images, double obverse, or other production quirks. These minting errors are gold to collectors, even more rare and therefore more valuable. Depending on the type and visibility of the error, these coins can fetch thousands at auction. So, how can you find out if your 1976 2-cent coin is one of the valuable ones? First, check its condition. A clean, shiny coin with minimal wear is always more valuable. Then, examine it under good lighting to look for any unusual features or errors. If it appears flawless and has no mint mark, you might be holding onto a true gem. You can even take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it in to be graded professionally. Once it's certified, you could sell it through collectors' forums, auction sites, or even rare coin exhibitions, and get the highest possible value for it. But here's the best part. This coin's value isn't just monetary. Owning a rare 1976 Australian 2-cent coin connects you to a moment in history, a piece of national culture that will never be produced again. And that kind of value is something money alone can't buy. Imagine telling your friends or family that your old coin, the one they laughed at, just sold for a few $1,000s. That's not just a flex, that's real smart collecting. This is why smart collectors and investors always keep an eye on overlooked gems like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your call to action. Don't underestimate those little copper coins hiding around your home. The 1976 Australian 2-cent coin with no mint mark is one of the most fascinating, underappreciated treasures in the coin world, and it could very well be your ticket to an unexpected payday. So dig through your old drawers, coin jars, and inherited collections. Look for the year 1976. Look for signs of perfection. Look for errors. You might just be holding on to something incredibly rare, historically significant, and yes, extremely valuable. Because in the world of coins, it's not about how much it was worth back then, it's about how much it's worth now. And this 1976 2-cent coin has already proven itself to be a serious contender for collectors and investors alike. Next up, the legendary 1966 Australian 2 cents coin with no mint mark. A coin that was once overlooked and now shines bright in the eyes of collectors and investors across the world. Let's take you back to 1966. A year of transformation, excitement, and national change in Australia. This was the very first year that decimal currency was introduced in the country, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. Australians had to adjust to an entirely new monetary structure, and leading this change were coins like the 2-cent piece. This coin wasn't just currency, it was part of a revolution. The 1966 2-cent coin was among the earliest of its kind, marking the beginning of modern Australian coinage. Crafted in beautiful bronze, it featured an exquisite design by master goldsmith and artist Stuart Devlin. On one side was the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, youthful and regal. On the reverse, a frill-necked lizard in mid-display, a striking representation of Australia's distinctive wildlife. No other coin captured the wild beauty of the land like this did. Now, the 1966 version of the 2-cent coin carries a unique distinction. It was the very first year of its issue, and it was minted without any visible mint mark. The absence of a mint mark might not seem like much, but in the eyes of serious collectors, that makes this coin even more desirable. It sets it apart as a coin of origin, a coin of significance, and a coin that truly started it all. Over time, most of these coins went into circulation. They were used daily, passed from hand to hand, dropped into vending machines, lost in couch cushions. Many were scratched, worn, or even melted down when the coin was demonetized decades later. But the few that survived in good condition are today worth far more than you might imagine. So, how valuable is the 1966 Australian 2-cent coin with no mint mark today? The answer might surprise you. Depending on its condition, this coin can sell for anywhere from a few $100s to over 9,000 Australian dollars in exceptional, uncirculated, or proof condition. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth just 2 cents in 1966 could be worth thousands today if it's been well preserved. And the demand is growing rapidly. As more collectors look to complete their decimal collections, the 1966 2-cent coin is always on the top of the list. Being the first of its kind, it's a cornerstone piece. It's not uncommon for rare coin auctions to attract dozens of serious bidders eager to secure this iconic piece of history. Online marketplaces and collectors' forums constantly see requests for this coin. The number of people actively searching for the 1966 2-cent coin continues to grow as the story of its value spreads. Whether it's seasoned numismatists or new collectors just starting out, everyone wants to get their hands on a high-grade 1966 bronze 2-cent. The reason for this rising interest is not just rarity. It's the deeper meaning behind the coin. It represents the birth of a new monetary era in Australia. It symbolizes change, progress, and national identity. Owning this coin isn't just about having a rare item. It's about holding a piece of Australia's transformation in your palm. Furthermore, coins from first-year issues always have historical appeal. They mark the beginning of something new. And when you combine that with a design as memorable and artistic as this one, and the ever-growing demand, you've got a coin that holds real value, both emotional and financial. One of the most exciting developments in recent years is the resurgence of coin collecting as both a hobby and an investment strategy. People all over the world are investing in coins, not just for fun, but as serious assets. Coins like the 1966 2-cent are gaining attention because of their track record, steady appreciation, limited availability, and growing international appeal. Imagine if you had one of these coins sitting in an old jar at home. Maybe it was passed down from a grandparent, or maybe it's been hiding at the back of a drawer for years. Now, with the information you have, you realize it could be a small fortune in disguise. That's the beauty of coin collecting. it's full of surprises. To add even more value, some of the 1966 2-cent coins exhibit striking errors, misalignments, doubled designs, or off-center prints. These errors make the coins even rarer, and therefore more desirable to specialized collectors. Such pieces can demand extraordinary prices at auction. If you believe you have one of these coins, it's time to act. Clean it carefully, but never polish it, as that can damage the value. Get it inspected by a professional. If it's in high-grade condition, consider getting it graded and certified. A certified coin always sells for more, and opens doors to high-end buyers. And for those who don't yet have one, keep hunting. Look at flea markets, antique shops, and estate sales. Sometimes, the most valuable finds are hiding in the most unexpected places. With dedication and knowledge, anyone can stumble upon a treasure. The story of the 1966 Australian 2-cent coin is a reminder that even the smallest pieces of metal can hold massive meaning. It's not just about what a coin looks like or how much it was worth when it was made. It's about its journey, its rarity, and the demand it carries in today's world. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're a seasoned coin hunter or someone just discovering the thrill of collectibles, don't ignore the copper coins of the past, especially the iconic 1966 Australian 2-cent piece. Its value is real, its history is rich, and its potential is huge. Dig through your old collections, talk to your family, and open up those forgotten tins and jars. Who knows? Your path to thousands might begin with a coin no bigger than your thumbnail. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories. Stay curious, and stay ready, because the next great discovery could be in your very own home.